Hey, what's up, guys? This is Muzz coming from Reborn Mind, Body, Soul. And if you're watching this, you believe in new beginnings and becoming your own ultimate superhero. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about an idea that I had coming driving today, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So I want to share the concept on morphine and what does morphine mean to me. All right, so if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. All right, morphine. What is morphine? All right, so if I'm about to say some things that maybe don't fully connect or click, understand that what I'm trying to describe right now is a sense of energy. Now, if these words kind of trigger you or they're not resonating with you, that's okay too. Believe me, when I first started doing a lot of this stuff meant nothing to me. Now have done like 8 years of yoga, some ayahuasca, a lot of meditation. So these words and these concepts mean a little bit more to me now, as they did before. So what is morphine? So if you could look at us, and if you could actually put like a ray gun around us, we have a sense of like an energy surrounding us, okay? Like we're permeating a frequency. If you break us down onto the minute level, you know, we're actually just space. So what happens on a morphine level is if you look at us as energy, what you want to do when you're talking to people is to morph to their energy. So what does that mean? Well, if you could give ourselves an energetic light, like if we could be a color, what I would describe my color as that I'm like a light color. Like, so say I meet blue, which is a blue energy. What I essentially try to do is I try to morph my energy to make them a light blue. Or if they're a red, make them a light red. Or if they're a green, make them a lighter green. So I always try to, with my energy and how I approach people, is that with all this yogic work and the meditative practice and eating well and thinking well, is that I try to morph myself to other people's energy. Well, what does that mean? Well, we could get down onto the word level. Well, how do people like us? Is like, well, if we like each other, we like to talk like each other, for example. So if you are from Australia, you like to say the word cunt, all right? But in Canada, that same word cunt, we say beauty. And we only say beauty as if you're more so, you know, into a full-on Canadian. But then you've got other Canadians where let's say like more so in the rap world is they say fam, like what up fam, but that same word means the same thing. And then in Mexico it's pendejo, which means asshole. So like all these words, it's the same sort of thing, but what we're really doing on a higher level, because our words are just communicating our energy, right? They're communicating our thoughts, but their thoughts are being pulled from some source of energy. So really what's happening when you're saying these words is you're morphing yourself. We like people who are like ours, and so like attracts like. So with my energy, what I try to do is I always try to morph to people. I try to give myself and add to their being, add to their energy, and make their energy a bit more lighter. And so with your energetic field, what you can do is you could start morphing to people. And what's cool is whether they're aware of it is happening or not, it's happening. And just because I want to talk on the subject, it's kind of cool. This is going to be a nice little brain buster for you. Is that just because you don't hear a dog whistle, you know, when we blow those whistles to get dogs' attention, just because you don't hear it, does it mean it doesn't exist? Just because you can't see sonar, like a dolphin can see sonar, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because you can't smell like a bloodhound smells, does it mean it doesn't exist? And so if that's what's happening with some of the words I'm saying, or some of the things I've said in the past, it's like, or if you come across new information, I'd question the egoic thoughts, because I only say this is because I've come from that place as well, and I do come from that sometimes too. It's like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can believe that. I don't know if I can believe that. It's kind of like what the ego gets involved with, and so with concepts like this, it's like where can you open the mind up more, because what are you blocking from coming in? And just because you may not be aware of it right now, does that mean it's not there? I don't know. And oddly enough, trying to communicate energy, trying to communicate an awareness, right? It's equivalent to trying to describe wind, or as you can see, the wind's blowing right now, trying to describe wind or just feeling wind. It's like, well, it's windy, man. Like I'm feeling it, man. But how do you really describe wind, right? Like, what is wind anyways? It's a kind of it's the Earth's energy moving. And we could break that down on a scientific level, but that's okay. We don't have to do that here. But so with our energy, we're kind of we're kind of permeating a wind as well. We're kind of emoting a wind to ourselves too. So as you move higher up on the frequency level, that's what starts to happen, is you could start becoming aware of more things, which is really interesting, because it's almost like it's trying to describe a taste that you can't taste in a way. And I know that sounds kind of esoteric, but as my energy gets around people, that's what I try to do. And oddly enough, it makes them like me more, because why? I'm just making them a lighter version of themselves. So I was always trying to match myself with them. Now, this is to be said, it doesn't mean that I don't lose myself. No, I'm still me as well. But like some of my opinions, some of my beliefs, some of my things I think, I just let it go. I let all that go. I let it all go, and I clear it all out so that I can be a space of light for the person I'm around. Now, that being said, obviously you don't lose yourself, and you don't make yourself for them to like them. But as me, as a human being, I want to make myself someone that is an energetic, that is light, that is enjoyable to be around. So in the practice, that's what I'm doing with my energy. Is when I'm around humans, is I'm morphing myself to them. It's trying to speak how they speak, trying to understand. There's this really great concept. It's called the understanding game. So in this climate, we're very thinky now, like we're very mind dominated, especially with social media. It's like played right onto our psyche. Everyone's very thinky, and our thoughts have to be right, and like oddly enough, we have 62,920 thoughts a day, and for one of those have to be correct, or like one sentence to have to be right, and it's got to be right. It's like, what? How's that possible? We got so many just chewing through us all the time. So in this climate, with all this social media and all this stuff, it's like, you know, with our thoughts, it's like really important to kind of try to like kind of, you know, let it go. Is it that important? Is it that important? And so that's what I try to do with myself. That's why I try, and that's what allows see how even I'm just speaking, and naturally my body language is doing it. It's like I'm just trying to permeate that like lightness around me, so that when I show up around someone, they feel that, whether they're aware of it or not. And you know, I'm watching it happen with my eyes unconsciously. I'm standing there watching it happen. And so why I wanted to say this to you guys is that often than not, I've listened to people that have been at a certain awareness, and they've brought me up to where I'm at now. And so it's almost like I'm doing like a pay it forward now. It's like I've had a lot of YouTube, I call it YouTube mentors. I've learned so much from YouTube that it's like nice to give my energy back now. So that's what morphing's all about. Enjoy.